Hey guys, this is Tyler again with AR500 Armor, and we're back with our Glock 34 and Civil Defense 9mm 50 grain rounds. We had a recent video where there was some confusion in regards to how ballistic clay is used in body armor testing. Today we're going to shed some light on that and show you how it's used properly and what measurement we're trying to obtain with the ballistics clay. Ballistics clay is not necessarily a immediate representation of the human body or soft tissue. What it does do is allow us to obtain a measurement of backface deformation and compare that to a set standard in the industry. In this case, we're going for the 06 standard for IIIA Soft Body Armor, which is set by the National Institute of Justice. The limit is 44 millimeters of backface deformation, so when you're designing soft body armor, you want your backface deformation performance to come in at less than 44 millimeters, and that is for any handgun caliber. In today's test, we're going to run our level 3A hybrid soft body armor against the same rounds in the previous video. What we're doing differently this time is running our 3A soft armor both with and without the trauma pad, and we're going to use ballistics clay to measure the difference. This will give you a visual indication on how beneficial it is to run a trauma pad in conjunction with body armor. In addition, we're going to run a different manufacturer's level 3A panel against this round. We expect there will be penetration, and we want to show you what a full penetration in ballistics clay looks like. We do want to note that this round's velocity does exceed most 3A soft body armor, and not all of it's created equally, so the tolerances are going to be different on what certain manufacturers' body armor can handle. Lastly, we're going to shoot just the ballistics clay with the same round, and we're going to give you a full visual representation of what happens to the clay with no armor at all. Before we head downrange and set this up for the next test, we wanted to show you the inner workings of our 3A soft body armor. These are the inside shoe packs of the body armor. We have strategic stitching on each sub shoe pack to mitigate backface deformation. This is a completed 3A soft hybrid panel. What it does is you'll see a 70 denier nylon coating on this panel. That coating is meant to protect the inner workings from the elements. On impact, both through the strike face and on the backside, typically the nylon cover tears. It is not meant to be ballistic, and that is completely normal during impact when testing. One round on the upper left-hand panel at 10 feet with no trauma pad. Looks like the first round hit the bungee. No penetration on the panel. So that shot placement was about a ½ inch on the upper left-hand panel of the armor, and we came in at about 22.19 millimeters, right around there. That is good performance. The limit is 44 millimeters set by 06 standards, so we're well under that, and we're under that on an edge shot. We do want to note that the little fragments inside of the hole there are the nylon cover. That is completely normal, and those are not fragments of the bullet. Nothing made it through. We're going to do this test one more time, this time with the trauma pad, and we're going to use the same 3A soft armor panel. One more round on the same panel, this time on the upper right hand side, and we're shooting it with a trauma pad this time. Now we're going to check backface deformation with the same round at 10 feet, this time with the trauma pad. No penetration of the armor. That's the nylon coating on the trauma pad that is designed to tear. And you can see a significant improvement in backface deformation. Let's measure this and see what it is. Make sure we get the deepest part possible. 14.66 on round number 2 with the trauma pad. well within the 44 millimeter threshold. We're going to do one more round, and we do expect penetration. This is another manufacturer's IIIA soft panel. It is important to note that this round does exceed IIIA specifications due to its velocity. So we're going to do one round on a different manufacturer's panel in the lower left-hand side, and we do expect penetration from this round. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and check backface deformation on this. It does look like we had a complete penetration. That's pretty catastrophic. So now you'll get a visual comparison of defeating the round with and without a trauma pad on our hybrid IIIA soft body armor and what a full penetration does look like in Ballistics Clay. So the difference between penetration and defeating a round is clear when it comes to Ballistics Clay. We're not going to measure backface deformation on this as it was a full penetration, but we did bring out some old-fashioned tools just to show you how far it did go through the clay. This is a armored clay backface deformation testing box, so the round did penetrate to the very end. I'm touching the back of the box right now, which is about 5.75 inches. So we're going to do one more round with no body armor on the clay just to give you a visual demonstration of what happens to Ballistics Clay when you shoot it with nothing in the way. One more round on the Ballistics Clay with no armor. I think I got hit by some clay. Alright, so our whole crew got hit by Ballistics Clay. The inside of the wound cavity is very extreme. There's a huge cavity inside of there. This is a chunk that flew out. This is spec'd Ballistics Clay to the right temperature, so we are performing this test correctly. And you can see a full penetration in Ballistics Clay is very serious. We do want to note one more time that Ballistics Clay is not intended to replicate human media, but it is intended to obtain measurements for the industry standard for body armor performance. So you've seen our hybrid IIIA soft body armor defeat the round in the last video, again with backface deformation results. You've seen our trauma pad perform and mitigate a good portion of the backface deformation. You've seen a IIIA soft armor panel penetrate, and you've seen Ballistics Clay just a shot on the clay by itself and what the results of the visual representation of that looks like. Now we want to go over different classifications of body armor. The panel we tested today is our IIIA soft body armor, which is flexible in all directions. It's meant to be pistol rated for calibers up to 44 Magnum and ultra lightweight. You can wear this day in and day out with extreme comfort. It's a great system for concealment as well. On the other end of the spectrum, you have hard plates. Respectively, those are designed for rifle rounds. That would fall into our level 3, our 3+, and level 4 body armor. Backface deformation performance between the two, despite the caliber difference they're rated to defeat, are different. Soft armor inherently flexes, so it's comparing apples to oranges when you're talking soft armor to hard armor and how they defeat a round. Keep following us for more videos on our level 3 armor, and you can see the performance standard in addition to the similar tests with hard body armor. So we want to just cover one more note, and that is the difference between testing with Ballistics Clay and Ballistics Gelatin. We do some videos with clay, we do some videos with gelatin, and the reason we use the two is Ballistics Clay isn't necessarily meant to be an interpretation of human media. What it does do is allow us to obtain an accurate set of measurements for backface deformation to comparison to an industry standard to gauge performance of a panel in both soft and hard armor. Ballistics Gelatin is a great tool for measuring penetration. In addition to backface deformation, for example, it won't tear, but it is also a better representation of human tissue, not including bone and muscle. But between the two, those are the most common tools to test body armor performance with. So keep an eye out for us and follow our videos. We use both Ballistics Clay and Ballistics Gelatin in quite a few of our tests. Hey guys, this is Tyler again with AR500 Armor. Today forgot the gloves.